Good morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we are down in Gloucester at Forge Motorsport. We're ready to get all the engine bay stuff done. So we up at, well, it was like a kid at Christmas last night. I was awake at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So excited for today. This is kind of like the final part of the build. Once the engine bay is all dressed, then we're back down here again next weekend for Forge Brunch Club car show. So dead excited. We set off this morning, well, got up at 4, set off at 5, had a little bit of a mooch about, stopped for some breakfast. So we're now here, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to get parked up, stretch my legs. These guys don't open till 8:30. We thought if we get here early, it'll give the engine chance to cool down before these guys get to work on it. So yeah, we'll stretch our legs for a bit and then head on inside and hopefully meet the team. Right, so that's it. The car is dropped off at Forge. We're going to leave it with Forge Motorsport for a couple of days. We're going to go and get some breakfast, have a walk into Gloucester city centre, take in the sights, see what Gloucester has to offer, then we'll head back down to Forge Motorsport tomorrow. So we'll catch up with them. Right guys, here we are at Forge Motorsport. The guys here, I'm here with AJ. Zach is in the building. He's both been helping us throughout this process. Zach is going to give us a bit of a tour. We're going into the machine shop where the magic happens, so let's get inside.
The billet comes in sort of varying different sizes, long old tubes. This machine here basically cuts it up to the required size that we need. So yeah, proper cool to see it in action. So yeah, this is kind of the start of the process for everything else that you're about to see, which is yeah, kind of as we work our way back down that way, you'll kind of see some of the machines in action. There's all sorts. We've got lathes, mills, CNCs, 5-axis, 4-axis, yeah, some trick stuff. So yeah, we'll have a
So there we go, we've got the machines. As AJ said, the billet goes in. Is where it gets cut down.
bit of polishing at the back.
Lathe over the back here is the polishing. It's an amazing place. The engineering aspect of this is really, really cool. So this bit's pretty cool, guys. I came in here yesterday and they were showing me this huge machine. I'll turn around and show you this.
These are part of a CAT scan. This is CT6, and basically we're always looking at how we can improve the efficiency of the processes. So this used to take 3 cycles on this 4-axis here, and essentially Rich, who's one of our engineers, he's managed to get this down to a single cycle. You know, it's amazing. So we've got the technology, but we've also got the knowledge, we've got the expertise as well, and really that's the combination of the two is what sets us apart. But it's nice for people to see, because obviously a lot of people know the brand, a lot of people know about Forge. This is a part of it that people don't ordinarily see. And obviously we've got all the motorsport stuff, but there's a lot of other engineering projects that we get involved in, a lot of private label bits and pieces for public sector organisations and manufacturers. So yeah, really cool to have people in and show them around. Down here's super interesting. So it's one of our oldest machines down in the corner here. It just goes to show, you know, we've got stuff that's absolutely bang up to the art, you know, the absolute cutting edge of what is capable in terms of CNC machines. But we also have machines like this that are, I think, around about 50 years old. I might be a bit off by a few years, but it's still in action, still producing quality parts, has its strengths. You know, the amazing old sort of more analog style. You know, it's quite interesting because we've had to find ways of obviously our sort of modern, you know, we do a lot of designs in SolidWorks, so you're kind of getting something, a very up-to-date piece of software to communicate with a much older machine. So there's been some really impressive cases of ingenuity and imaginative thinking to make that happen. It's incredible. But yeah, it's nice because it shows a bit of our heritage as well. Obviously we've been an engineering firm here since 1983. And you know, it's part of our history, part of our story, which is you know, something we're immensely proud of, and something that we want people to see. You know, we want people. Well, you know, it's nice to see the exciting, you know, the 5-axis stuff, but it's also incredibly exciting to you know, see where we come from. You know, see where we've been.
It's amazing. All of these machines, if you order something for your car from Forge, or it all goes through these processes. The information has to be put into a computer, has to be designed, developed, and then it's all machined. Then gets sent off to polishing, packaging, assembly. So the whole process isn't just go online, click and order it. It's so much more involved in this. Okay, so we've come over the road now. AJ's taking me around. This is the fabrication department where everything's made. We've got intercoolers, there's a welding area. So we'll just have a quick walk around with AJ and show you this area.
So yeah, this is where the magic happens. So obviously, very big part of our business, especially in recent years. Obviously now fits your Mark 5. Obviously intercoolers, all the intercoolers, radiators, anything that involves welding, fabrication, with the exception of some of the custom bespoke stuff that's done over in the R&D department, comes through here. So essentially, we've got quite a few different processes here. We'll show you in a moment. We sort of, particularly for some of the induction kits, where you have almost like a sort of enclosed sort of area to sort of heat out away from the conveyor feed. We shape all of that in here, we fabricate it in here. It's, yeah, one of my favourite departments.
Yeah, we're very lucky to be given this tour. AJ said it's nice to be able to show people where their products actually come from. And I said previously, we're lucky to be able to come and see the parts that we've had fitted to the car today. Obviously all designed and developed here. So for Forge to be on board with this build for promoting Andy's Man Club, and us to be able to show off what Forge do and their parts and their products, again, it's a big thanks from us for giving us this opportunity to be a part of what they do. So yeah, again, thanks Forge, appreciate that.
This is probably one of my favourite pieces of machinery. Very, very old, very old press. Use this to stamp the Forge logos into the tops of the intercools. So, you know, state-of-the-art CNC machines, everything, you know, sort of cutting-edge technology. But, you know, sometimes the old stuff's the best, and this keeps working. It's a really nice sort of story piece. It's seen some things, as you can imagine. It's considerably older than I am and everyone else here. It's probably outdates all of us and the business, but you know, an amazing thing. But as I mentioned earlier about the the sort of trays for the sort of cold air feeds for the induction kits. Anything that's sheet metal that requires bending is done on this machine here. Again, actually an incredibly simple piece of kit, but does the job. There's absolutely no reason for us to change it. Again, one of our sort of heritage pieces of machinery. And then obviously, yeah, just various sort of finishing products and various other things, and a lot of components that are all kind of all separated out by mark, just for ease of finding things. When the team are obviously, you know, we turn around a huge amount of product. Everything is handmade. Everything is manufactured in this building here. But obviously, organisation and making sure that everything's in the right place is really important. Some days, you know, they are absolutely flat out.
So this part here with AJ's just explained to me. So when you buy an intercooler, obviously it has to be designed and developed, and this is where that sort of happens. So
absolutely, yeah. I mean, this is quite a special shop here. We have pretty much everything. Certainly everything from sort of our recent sort of product portfolio. Basically, what happens is obviously we will design the intercoolers or the radiators or whatever it may be, and then obviously they'll get fabricated. We'll do a lot of R&D. There'll be a lot of sort of trials. Obviously, we will fit them to the car. We'll run them. We'll make sure, you know, we'll dyno test them. We'll make sure that you know, they're performing as we would expect and want them to. But it's really interesting. You know, we've got everything from obviously we are one of the primary technical partners for the Mini Challenge series. So it's one of the supporting series for British Touring Car. So there's a mini challenge sort of jig there basically for making those intercoolers. Obviously TTRS racing intercooler. There's some really cool things on here. Porsche Macan. As I say, this is sort of where this is kind of part number one of, you know, for example, the intercooler in MK5 would have started out as a prototype, as a sort of a development piece, and then we made a jig, a template, and that's essentially what you're seeing here, which is really cool.
Guys, there you have it. So 2 days down here in Gloucester at Forge Motorsport. Little bit of a tour for you all, just so you can see what goes on here, the work they do. I'm quite overwhelmed with the support that Forge Motorsport have been providing to this whole build. The engine bay looks amazing. We're going to head off now. Going to leave these guys. They've got lots of orders to get out before the weekend, and we'll be back down here at Forge Motorsport next weekend for their Brunch Club car show. So again, thanks Forge Motorsport, and we'll see you next weekend. See you later.